Good evening and welcome to In the Back Room with Becky After Dark. And it's bedtime stories for the grown and sexy. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Those that did, um, want to say, we are regrouping. We had a couple of sick dancers and big goody girls burlesque review. And then I lost a sponsor. And there was just a lot of circumstances at the last minute that made me feel like I don't want to put a half-ass show out there. And, I would never do that. So, the ones who were not diligent, they had to, suffer some consequences. But we're going to powwow tomorrow night. And as I said, regroup, revamp the show for a special Halloween show. And I promise you now that it will be worth the wait. We may do a surprise performance at one of the clubs in the city. We'll let you know. But I really, as the director, I have to lead and I have to do things in an orderly fashion. And when they get out of order, you got to put them back right. One of the things I love as a BBW, I have always loved to dance. And it's always been amazing to me that people will say, well, ooh, you're real light on your feet for a big person. Now, y'all know what kind of ego I got. That just make me go harder on the dance floor. Just make me go in harder. That's all. Yeah, I got my granny glasses on tonight because I left them upstairs. Just got to see him jump in the broom with my mom. We have our mother-daughter time when she's being good. Sometimes we have to be in timeout from each other. This story is from Confessions of a BBW, The Dance Partner, Part 1. I hope you enjoy. Confessions of a BBW, The Dance Partner. Love making and dance moves. Bijoux looked back at her BMW getting smaller in the distance. She was turned half facing him at the rear window. Feeling playful, he had placed his hand on her thigh as soon as getting in the car. Occasionally turning to admire this woman-child creature with a gorgeous, ever-present smile. Ting! Her lipstick was still perfectly placed and accentuated her perfectly shaped, full, kissable lips. Bijoux leaned in and sniffed, then licked his neck, keeping her breast leaning into his arm. She felt him shift slightly. Unconsciously, she looked down and saw, surprise, something starting to rise. She kissed his earlobe and watched him shift in his seat again. Girl, you're going to make me have a wreck, said her dance partner. If we run off the road, then we can't make it to work tomorrow. The perfect setup, Bijoux thought. Well, who said you were going to make it to work tomorrow? I may need you all day. He cleared his throat and squeezed her thigh. Oh, hell no, he thought. She may be a little bit more than I expected. But he just patted her leg and smiled. A confident woman is such a turn-on to men. Bijou never forgot that, and all her life she made sure no one saw a chink in her armor. Tonight would be no exception, or so she thought. She felt a draw to touch him here and there and everywhere, and that's exactly what she did. They were kissing at the red light now, his hand up her skirt, hers working feverishly to unzip his pants. She was not caring, she was in the moment, and it was heady and intense, spurring them both on towards actions that were not altogether rational. Horns were honking. Damn, sighed Bijou, you should have taken the scenic route. There was nothing he could say. She was so captivating he wanted to just pull the car over and taste her breath. They were so gorgeous, golden brown, full and luscious like her lips. Everything about her body made him think of floating on a waterbed, the motion of the ocean. He thought about her on the dance floor and imagined her curvy shape winding and turning in graceful circles with arms stretched over her head as if being held there. Even the way she would hold the curls out of her face with one hand while doing an around-the-world hip swinging that reminded him of the Soul Train girl. Bijou was watching his profile, and he kept licking his lips like LL Cool J, and that was kind of getting her heated up. They were at his condo adjusting their clothes. What she had done as they exited the freeway was to go below and make him wish he could just stop the car. But her actions were so scintillating, titillating, and stimulating. All he had been able to do was quiver and shake with excitement. She was very skilled and so natural she totally caught him off guard with that move. He couldn't wait to get her inside his lair. He would do it on the wall, in the chair, on the couch, the floor, take a rest, and then take it to the bed. At least that's what was in his head. Bijoux held his waist from behind and spoon walked him all the way with her full 40 Ds in his back to the hallway and the front door. Once inside, the only thing that can be said is explosion. Uh, they had undeniable chemistry. Danced like Fred and Junior, so perfectly fitted together, in sync and always aware of the other's body. Their movements that night hadn't been exactly vulgar, but provocative. Bijou heard a girl in the ladies' room ask, "Fred, did you see Miss Big Booty with the hottie doing the damn lambada? Where them bougie niggas come from?" The other replied, "I don't know, but I wish she would teach me her secret." Another confirmation that she was just as sexy as the next woman, and that, petty as it was, the women were envious of her companion and her style. Must be doing something right. Said her partner, who was kissing her in some unbelievable places and making her toes curl. "You doing something right," she replied. He looked up at his victim and smiled. A sloppy little boy grinned and said, "I aim to please." Well, Alex, yeah, that's his name. His lovemaking was so damn intense and almost mystical. She felt herself between joy and pain, ecstasy and exhaustion, but always lifted back up by his touch, a well-placed kiss, or a timely slap or tickle. She wrapped her body around him and let him feel her pulsate and quake and explode, only to repeat it many more times, locked in a position that could only be described as Kama Sutra-like. It was strong, intense, hot, sweaty, jungle lust love, but now it was time to cuddle and let juices settle and the warmth of each other's bodies smooth away all the sore places and wash away the week's stress and the evening's anxiety. Had something just begun to be continued. Now, you know I like to always give y'all a little teaser. I don't know what was going on with the camera because, like as I said, I go to my other site where I do my short stories and, Mr. Cameraman, we gonna shoot you dead in the head if you don't be still. Now, here I am right here. Thank you. I take my stories from one of my other websites and then just read them out. And what that helps me to do is, so when I'm doing spoken word, I can concentrate on exactly, it's storytelling. That's how spoken word is. It's poetry, it's a storytelling, it's a song without a beat, unless you got a good backup man. So, again, we want to say, I hope you enjoyed the nighttime story, bedtime stories for the grown and sexy. This is Kansas City BBWs at Thickalicious Thursdays. Do something thick and kiss a thick chick. By the way, in another hour or so, it will be Thickalicious Thursdays. Here's, this is what I want you ladies to do. Until we get the events going, I encourage you to have your own personal Thickalicious Thursday. There is no reason why you can't put your sexy on, your freakum dress. You and your girls go out and kick it, or you set up a party for two, for you and your sweetie, or a party for one. Ain't nothing like a little music and a bottle of wine and a good meal to set a party right. Dance. It's the art of love. Good night. Cuddle up close with somebody. And if you don't have somebody to cuddle up close with, just hug yourself.